Welcome to this episode of The Story. Have you subscribed yet? Chapter 123, The Arrival of Reinforcements and a Turning Tide. The air in Linksea Town Square felt as if it were being squeezed by an invisible fist, every inch reverberating with the aftershocks of clashing spiritual energy.
The Qingse patterns glowing around the spirit balancers had intensified to their peak, and Yuan Cheng's bronze token hovered mid-air, its 7 crystals flaring in unison, stretching their 12 shadows into eerie, ghostly forms. At this critical juncture, a thunderous clatter of hooves approached from the west, first a distant rumble, then a sudden crack like splitting thunder. The sound of iron hooves striking bluestone mingled with a strange beast's roar, somehow drowned out even the hum of the balancer's spiritual energy. "It's the snow-treading Ling colts," the second elder suddenly exclaimed, his cloudy eyes lighting up with astonishment. "Those are the mounts of the Lingfen clan." All eyes turned to the town gate, where a cloud of dust billowed as a troop of black-robed riders burst through the twilight. The lead mount was particularly striking, its snow-white mane streaked with silver scales and xisui ice crystals formed in the wake of its hooves. It was the legendary snow-treading Ling colt, said to cover 1,000 miles in a day. The riders wore dark, form-fitting robes, silver wolf-headed tokens hanging at their waists. As they galloped, their robes fluttered, revealing silver-winged patterns embroidered on their cuffs, the signature of the Lingfen clan. Yuan Cheng's brow furrowed into a deep crease, the runes in his glassy pupils spinning faster. The Lingfen clan's influence ran deep. Though they avoided direct involvement in the spirit illusion realm's power struggles, their mastery of Win's spiritual arts could easily stir the spiritual veins of an entire region. These uninvited guests had clearly disrupted his plans. The riders reined in at the square's edge. The snow-treading Ling colt let out a long neigh, rear hooves pawing the air, carving 3 winged vortices mid-air. The lead rider dismounted in one fluid motion, his dark cloak arcing sharply as he landed. Around 20 years old, he had a handsome, sharp-featured face with thick brows, bright eyes, and a nose chiseled like stone. Only the faint, mocking curve of his lips softened the intensity of his gaze. "Brother Su, long time no see. Are you well?" The young rider strode toward Su Mu, the muscles beneath his dark robe rippling with each step. His silver wolf token clinked softly against his waist. As he clasped his hands in greeting, a bronze ring on his left index finger flashed a ring carved with 3 coiled winged dragons, the symbol of the Lingfen clan's heir. Su Mu's pupils contracted, then warmth flooded his chest. This was Fan Wuhan, the young lord of the Lingfen clan, a friend he'd met 3 years earlier in the Misty Forest. Back then, Su Mo had strayed into a forbidden area of the Lingfen clan, and it was Fan Wuhan who risked his life to lead him out, even gifting him a winged spirit pearl to suppress his time-reversing spiritual energy. Now, the spiritual aura emanating from Feng Wuhan was as deep as an abyss, a clear sign of his improved cultivation. "Brother Feng?" Su Mu reined in, the jade light swirling around him, and hurried forward. "What brings you here?" Feng Wuhan laughed, tapping Su Mu's shoulder with a familiar, easy strength. "A few days ago, our clan's winged spirit array stirred unexpectedly. I did a quick divination and knew you must be in trouble, so I gathered 12 of our clan's wing-chasing gods and raced over at once." His gaze swept the square's wreckage-cracked bluestone, charred defensive runes, the lingering fear on the townsfolk's faces, and his smile faded. "It seems I arrived just in time." Yuan Cheng stepped forward, the crystals on his bronze token humming a warning. "Lingfen Pup, this is a matter for the Spirit Balance Hall to enforce. It has nothing to do with you. Leave at once, before you regret it." Feng Wuhan slowly turned, his playful eyes sharpening into blades. He adjusted his cloak with deliberate slowness, an unspoken pressure radiating from him. "Quite the arrogance, Deacon Shuangqing. We met once 3 years ago at the Imperial City meeting. You weren't this overbearing back then." Xuan Chang's expression shifted. He remembered this youth at the Imperial City's martial tournament 3 years prior. Fan Wuhan had dazzled everyone with his wind scatters clouds technique, earning praise even from the Spirit Balance Hall's elders. He hadn't expected Fan Wan's aura to have grown so refined, easily diffusing his own pressure. "Circumstances change," Xuan Cheng said coldly. "Su Mo has violated the Spirit Illusion Realm Balance Code, disrupting spiritual harmony. The hall's right to take him is unquestionable." "Unquestionable." Feng Wuhan raised an eyebrow, then burst into laughter. His laughter, laced with spiritual energy, rippled through the square's air. Deacon Xuancheng must have forgotten the words in the winged spirit ancient scroll, which my clan has guarded for generations. All things have spirit. Balance does not mean stagnation. Brother Su merged his powers to defend this town. The spring's rampage has been quelled. Where is the disruption here? He took a step closer, his dark cloak snapping in the wind. Moreover, the Spirit Balance Hall's duty is to balance, not to imprison. When the Shadow Scale tribe plagued the southern borders, you turned a blind eye. When Black Abyss Valley practiced forbidden arts, you ignored it. Now Brother Su defends his people, and suddenly he's a disorderly element. His words landed like thunder, and the Balancer's expression shifted in unison. The 12 wind-chasing guards stepped forward, hands resting on their swords. The spiritual energy coiled beneath their dark robes was like a crouching tiger, matching the Balancer's Qingse light. Tension clamped down on the square. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. The great elder hurried forward, leaning on his dragon cane to mediate. Calm yourself, young lord. Deacon Xuancheng is only doing his duty. Why not both step back and discuss this? Feng Wuhan waved him off, his gaze still locked on Xuancheng. I can step back, but let's be clear. If the Spirit Balance Hall insists on taking Brother Su, it will be declaring war on the Lingfeng clan. He raised a hand, and the 12 guards drew their bows, faint Qingse winged arrows materializing on the strings, their tips glinting dangerously. The Lingfeng clan has no desire to clash with the whole, but when a friend is in need, we stand with the whole. But when a friend is in need, we stand with him. Xuancheng's face flickered with indecision. He knew the Lingfeng clan's depth. Their wind arts could summon celestial gales, a natural counter to the hall's law-based powers. A fight here might not go his way, and provoking the Lingfeng elders would be disastrous. Yet backing down would damage the hall's prestige. Then Feng Wen's tone softened. But Deacon Xuancheng, there's no need for trouble. I, Feng Wuheng, offer the Lingfeng clan as guarantor. He pulled a palm-sized jade token from his robes, carved with a lifelike winged dragon and edged with silver thread. This is our winged token, which commands winged spirit guards within 1,000 miles. If Brother Su truly disrupts the balance in the future, the hall may use this token to hold the Lingfeng clan accountable. I, Feng Wuhan, will bear full responsibility. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The Lingfeng wing token was all but the clan leader's seal. Never before had it been offered as a guarantee for an outsider. Brother Feng, this is too much. Sumo protested. I can't let your clan risk, Brother Su. Feng Wuhan cut him off, his gaze firm. 3 years ago, in the misty forest, you took rotting heart mist to save me and lay comatose for 3 days. Did you say no then? We're brothers. What's mine is yours. Sumu's throat tightened, and he let out a long sigh. Looking at Feng Wen's sincerity and the townsfolk's hopeful stares, he nodded. Very well, brother. I won't refuse. Xuancheng stared at the wing token, light flickering in his glassy eyes. After a long pause, he spoke. Since the young lord insists, the Spirit Balance Hall will honor the Lingfeng clan's name. He turned to Sumu, his tone still icy. But mark this, Sumu. Today is not the end. He formed a seal, and a streak of Qingse light shot from his bronze token, landing on Sumu's forehead. This is a balanced seal. If you dare merge your powers again without cause, it will detonate your core. Stay infant, and it will fade in 3 years. Sumo felt a cool tingle on his brow and met Xuancheng's gaze steadily. I, Sumu, swear by Lingxi Town. Unless the town faces annihilation, I will never merge my powers without cause. Should I break this vow? Let heaven strike me down. Xuancheng held his stare a moment longer, then turned. Retreat? The 12 balances huazuo 12 streaks of Qingse light, vanishing into the sky, their Qingse patterns dissolving without a trace, as if they'd never been. Only when they were gone did the square erupt in cheers. Carpenter Uncle Wang dropped his plane and hugged Physician Li, tears streaming. Children chased the wing-chasing guards, snow-treading Ling coats, laughing. The second elder trembled as he stroked his tortoise shell, muttering, "Ancestors be praised." Sumu clasped Feng Wen's hand, their spiritual energies mingling in silent understanding. Words can't thank you enough, Sumo said, his voice rough. Feng Wuhan shook his head, smiling. I said we are brothers. No thanks needed. He glanced around the celebration, then leaned close, his voice dropping to a whisper. But Brother Su, the spiritual ripples you stirred are no small matter. On my way here, I spotted Black Abyss Valley and Shadow Scale scouts lurking outside town. My wind array held them 30 miles off, but Sumu's heart tightened. Also, Feng Wan's voice grew quieter. Our clan's ancient texts say merging time-reversing energy with a spring might awaken something dormant. Be cautious in your cultivation. If anything feels wrong, crush this. He pressed a small jade amulet into Su Mua's hinder replica of the wing token. Su Mu clutched it and nodded solemnly. That night, Lingxi town lit up like a festival. Su Mu hosted a feast for Feng Wu Han and his guards at the town's main inn, clearing the second floor and inviting the great elder, second elder, carpenter Uncle Wang, physician Li, and other key townsfolk as guests. After several rounds of wine, Feng Wuhan spoke of the spirit illusion realm's shifting tides. It seemed major powers were stirring. The bronze cauldron S. Yidong in the Imperial City meeting had roused not just the spirit balance hall, but ancient hidden clans. Rumor says the cauldron holds an ancient inheritance. Feng Wuhan sipped his wine, his eyes grave. Whoever controls it could command the entire realm. Brother Su, your merged energies ripples have likely made you the key in every power's eyes. Su Mu fell silent. He knew the peace was fragile, that Lingxi's storm was likely just the start of something larger. The feast ended late, and Su Mu stood on the town wall, watching Feng Wan's party depart, the wing token replica tighting his fist. Nightwind carried the roar of beasts from Black Wind Mountain and a sense of gathering storm. He looked up at the stars. The Big Dipper still hung bright, but its seventh star seemed dimmer than usual. Su Mu drew a deep breath, his jewel core spinning gently in harmony with the balance seal on his brow. Whatever comes, he murmured, his voice fading on the wind. I'll protect Lingxi town. Lights in Lingxi winked out one by one behind him, save for a soft golden glow from the spiritual spring, a heartbeat of the earth, murmuring secrets in the quiet night. And beneath this calm, a storm that would shake the entire spirit illusion realm was already brewing. The story continues. More excitement awaits. Subscribe now!